Good afternoon, gents. It is Pone, and we are playing a little bit of Halo 3 right now, getting our Slayer on. And, yeah, there's a couple things I want to talk about in this video, but we're going to start it off with the fact that why am I up at 4:17 in the morning commentating? Because I fucking love you guys, obviously. No, just kidding. Entirely lied about that, just like I do to every woman. But it's like, I'm in one of those moods to commentate. You know, I love getting you get those feels where you just like, oh, yo, I want to share the joy and the love. You know, it's early and I'm hungry. I should be eating food right now. I should be going out there and making some bacon, some eggs, and spreading the baby gravy all over the place. But instead, I'm sitting here making a commentary, and you know, that's a good alternative. But you know, so I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, because I was doing this. I did this tonight. I was thinking, and it's not something I do often, but when I do, it's awesome with my edumacation. I just decided, you know, to put in for Halo 3, play a few games, and I miss Halo. I do. This was during the age for me. Now, and I'm not saying you guys didn't have an awesome youth. Actually, that's what I'm saying. But if you were not like in the age gap while you were playing video games, if you're not like 19 through 25 right now, you're not like qualified to understand what multiplayer gaming on a level is. So get stuck to your face, bro. And Halo opened up the doors for so many other games to become successful. And it was that raw first experience, something where, you know, you'd spend your entire summer hanging out at your buddy's house. You'd be living off of your whatever, having your mom come bringing you Wendy's. You'd be walking back and forth middle of the night, getting Mountain Dew at the convenience store. And that was the day. That was what it was. And Halo opened the door for so many other video games to be successful. You had the shit talking, and it wasn't so much about competitiveness as it was more about fun. And ever since like Call of Duty and Battlefield and games like this kind of took over, Halo has just like been put on the back burner a little bit. And I don't know if it's because they've not kept up with the recent games. Reach was kind of a letdown. Everybody knows it. I mean, honestly, how could you come back after a game like Halo 2? Halo 2 was one of the best games ever created. Outside of Unreal Tournament for me, which was my first experience, and everybody remembers the one that popped that cherry. I have like a certain love for Halo that cannot be replaced by anything. Halo 2 was just orgasmic. Even Halo 3 didn't have a shot at beating it. There was just no way to trump the experience and the memories from Halo 2. Halo 3 was a great game, but it couldn't contend with Halo 2, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about if you were one of those guys that played it. I mean, just the ability and like split screening, you know, the co-op was just incredible. I mean, it didn't have the greatest storyline in the world, but it was different. I mean, it was fun to play. You had the skulls, you had all this, you had the jumps. I mean, there were so many things about Halo 2 that were just so incredible, and that's what I miss about gaming. And I just think gaming has lost its touch. It's now just about who can sell more and who creates better content, and, you know, are you buying the new shit because it's the new shit? That's that hotness you need to buy because, you know, I'm the media and I say so. I miss those games like this that really, really do it, and that's what I'm excited for. I mean, I want to see Halo 4 come out, and I'm not ready to say, you know, Halo 4 is going to be one of the best games of the year. I'm hoping for it, and it's been a couple of years since they've released. What's it been, like 5 years since Halo 3? Some crazy ass number, man. I was a teenager back then. A no pussy getting teenager, and now I'm all growed up with bills, and no, I haven't really changed in the on the sort of emotional and humor level much, or appearance-wise either. But anyways, it's like, I just really can't wait for Halo 4 because I hope it brings back not only the memories, but the feeling, the fun aspect that I miss from gaming. And I'm not saying other games aren't great, other games aren't fun. I'm not saying that, you know, Call of Duty or Battlefield is not fun or competitive or anything like that. There was just something different about Halo. I mean, you could split screens. I mean, this was the game that you could have a few buddies over on Xbox, and even though you were limited by split screen, you didn't give a fuck. You know why? Because you were having fun. You were able to look at the screen. You remember those arguments you used to have? If you guys have never had an argument about screen peeking, you have not actually played a video game. You have never had any sort of success. Don't call yourself a gamer if you haven't had that split screen peeking fucking moment. Actually, you should have had at least one of those a day. You need to be qualified to, you know, have experience in this gaming thing, and I just miss those memories. I miss being young again, and that's one thing that I value. I think that's one thing that it comes down to is I miss what it used to be when I was a kid. I mean, there was no worries, there was no concerns, and that factored in. Obviously, being an adult, having responsibilities and time limited, and then obviously YouTube factors in a little bit to the level. But You know, nothing could ever like dampen what Halo was to me, and I'm so eager for Halo 4. And a lot of people are like, yeah, man, I'm glad to see the BR back. And you know what? Honestly, I'm just glad for another Halo, one to come back to how it was. Reach didn't do it. Halo 3 was a great game. Halo 2 was one of the best ever made. And I honestly just can't wait to get that again. I've been waiting 5 years to have a game that I could just splooge all over, and it's finally splooging time. And I just honestly I'm so excited for it. So leave your comments down below. What are you most excited for? I mean, did you have that experience that I did? Do you guys know exactly what I'm talking about? Hell, you know, there's a lot of things that got factored into it. Maybe you didn't have friends, maybe you didn't experience it. But if you've ever played Halo Online when you were younger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, that's my preach on Halo. That's what I'm looking forward to. I mean, I'm glad that the BRs and stuff like that are back. I'm glad that the game that is Halo is returning. But what I'm most excited for is to see if I can get that experience back. I want that kind of experience, that love. I want to go through the campaign. I want to do a walkthrough with my buddies. I want to do multiplayer. I want to get my wife on a game of Halo with me, and we can split screen together. That's what I want to happen, because that's the kind of game it is. I'm not going to let my wife fuck up my KD ratio on Call of Duty, but Halo's entirely different. Fuck that guy for sniping my face hole.